Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dat Badger YouTube channel. I hope you are okay today. Today we are doing something uncommon. We have done this once before, but this is a ranking video. I'm going to be ranking all the Pokemon today. We're going to be doing it in parts, so it'll be pretty much for each region. So we should have about 9 or 10 parts. I can't remember how many games or regions there are at this point. So yeah, we're just gonna wing it. But yeah, just before I begin, this is kind of a filler YouTube video because I am currently just dealing with some medication issues at the moment. So I'll be streaming again relatively soon. You just need to give me a little bit of time. All right. So yeah, what's some ground rules quick? We're gonna be ranking all of the Pokemon, not their forms. If it is a regional variant of a Pokemon, I will be rating that. But stuff such as Mega Evolutions, Gigantamax, or costumed Pokemon will not be counted during this. So, let us begin, shall we, with Generation 1, Kanto, which is an incredibly solid generation. So, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is pretty good. Bulbasaur tends to be my most chosen starter when I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red. Yes, I never played the original Pokemon Red or anything like that. I just played Fire Red. Yeah, Bulbasaur is usually my main starter pick, but that doesn't mean it's my favorite Pokemon. It is just my favorite Pokemon out of the 3 starters. And I would say because of that, I love Bulbasaur. There we go. Bingo bongo. Just like that. And he's so happy. Look at him. Oh. And he goes, Butterfly. Ivysaur. Do you know what? I've got to give some respect to Ivysaur. It's a solid second evolution for a Pokemon, which there's a lot of starters that have this issue where the second evolution just kind of looks a bit lame. And I think Ivysaur is a nice little evolution. So I'd say that I don't love Ivysaur, I won't lie, because again, I'm kind of just working with Bulbasaur. I want Venusaur, so I'll put Ivysaur in like. And then Venusaur is an interesting case because if you would have asked me a couple of years back how I felt about Venusaur, I would have said, I like using Venusaur in Fire Red, but as a Pokemon, I used to think of it as quite ugly. Which, like, don't get me wrong, Venusaur isn't the most pleasant looking thing in the world. However, my interpretation of Venusaur has changed, and it reminds me kind of a dinosaur. And yeah, I just think it's a lot more appealing these days than it was a long time ago when I was a kid. However, I will note that Venusaur's appearance in Pokemon Stadium was not a pleasant sight. Crackhead Venusaur. So I'm going to say that I like Venusaur. We're not doing this in any particular order, so if Ivysaur is in front of Venusaur, that doesn't mean that I like Ivysaur more than Venusaur. That's just the category I've put it in. So we're skipping over Venusaur now. So now, Charmander. So Charmander is, again, an incredibly good starter Pokemon. Who doesn't like Charmander? God damn it. So Charmander, it's obvious. It's love. Come on. Charmander's so goddamn cute. All of them are bloody cute. But yeah, Charmander's just great. A great starter evolutionary line. Sadly, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, he's actually kind of the worst pick when it comes to the first gym, and he makes the grind a little bit longer. So, yeah. But as outside of Brock, Charmander's a good pick. Charmeleon. Oh my god, what a great second evolution. Love it. I'm going to make a comment on Charizard in a moment about this, but I think Charmeleon is super solid. I actually would say I love Charmeleon. We're in a good space right now for this top tier. And then we have Charizard. So, Charizard is an interesting one because, like, right, it's pretty obvious. Charmander is going to go, and Charizard is going in the love section. Now, I do have some criticisms of Charizard, which is, why didn't Charizard keep Charmeleon's color. I think it's such a great color on Charmeleon. I just thought it would look cool on Charizard. If anyone could try and create, I don't know, a version of Charizard that has the same colors as Charmeleon, I would love to see that. But I think it's kind of a shame he lost his red color. But no, Charizard, regardless, is a cool Pokemon. I don't usually discuss the shiny variant of a Pokemon, but Charizard shiny variant, which is Black Charizard, is crazy good. So and he's iconic, like one of the most iconic Pokemon of all time. Charizard's in love. Now we can move on to Squirtle. Again, it's a love. Squirtle is, I think it's probably my second option for starter Pokemon in Kanto. What is there to say? Squirtle Squad, awesome. I don't know what else to say about Squirtle. He's just, I don't know, he's cute turtle, I suppose. Wartortle. I'd say I'd probably rate Wartortle on the same kind of area as Ivysaur, where it's not a crazy good second evolution, but it makes sense, and it's not underwhelming. It's just a nice evolutionary step. So I was called him Watermelon. Wartortle is in there. And then Blastoise is, oh man, I've got to put him in here. I just love Blastoise. Like, guns in a shell. Like, come on, dude. And he's just very foreboding. I know I'm not ranking the forms with this, but his Gigantamax form is pretty awesome. But I'm not counting that in the rating for this. So yeah. Blastoise is there. God damn, I feel like I'm going to slip over some Pokemon names in this. Right, so now we've got the starters out of the way, we can now move into the general population of Pokemon. So we begin with Caterpie, which is Ash's first catch in Pokemon, the anime, or whatever you like to call it. Caterpie is very cute. I guess from looking at Caterpie, I mean, thinking about using it in the games, it's kind of one of those Pokemon where you deliberately put it in your first Pokemon party as your first Pokemon. You throw it in, you swap it out with your starter in order for it to get some XP. Because let's be honest, Caterpie ain't that good. However, its evolutions are quite good. But Caterpie, I don't have any qualms with you. You're just cute. Neutral, I would say. Metapod, oh my goodness. This Pokemon is funny because I would argue that Metapod is I'd say in some cases I'd say he's more useless than Caterpie. I mean, I'm probably wrong about that. I mean, it's just from my own experience, but also that dopey look in Metapod's face. I mean, clearly this Pokemon is not to be taken seriously. Just like Kakuna, this is kind of like the Cocoon kind of evolution to the final one. So he's kind of in prepping stage. He's just funny to look at, to be honest, Metapod. And I like it shiny as well. Orange Metapod is awesome. I like Metapod. I'll put him in here. And then Butterfree is a great Pokemon. I'm actually using it in my Fire Red gameplay right now. I've called it Apollo. I don't know why. But Butterfree is just... it's just a very solid Pokemon, very solid. As you can probably tell from my descriptions, I don't know the ins and outs of like its stats and stuff like that. I'm just rating off my personal opinions. And Butterfree has always stood out to me as a great Pokemon there, and I'm going to put it in like as well, Butterfree. Weedle. Weedle, just like Caterpie, is kind of cute. However, I feel like my opinion on Weedle has changed a little bit. As a kid, I'd probably used to laugh about Weedle a lot because it looks like a weird turd with a hat. I know it's a horn, but it looks like a hat. I don't know. I feel like right. I think this will be better explained when I get to Beedrill. I'm gonna put Weedle in neutral as well. Kakuna is I don't know. This is not really the evolutionary line that I use. I don't really go for Beedrill. I guess Kakuna is still quite cool. But it serves the same purpose as Metapod. I'm going to put Kakuna in neutral, purely because I don't really go down that line much. But Beedrill, here we go. So, Beedrill is a cool Pokemon. I'm not going to deny that. However, unfortunately, I think every Pokemon leading up to Beedrill is not... It's a little bit of a grind, and it makes getting to Beedrill a little bit less satisfying, in my opinion. However, I will admit, Beedrill is quite cool. We do like me a bee. So, boom. I like you, Beedrill. Right, so the general bird Pokemon of Kanto, which is Pidgey, which is literally a bird. Nothing too spicy about this Pokemon. However, I don't really know anyone who goes for the Spearow line, but well, yeah, Pidgey's like the main flying Pokemon you're gonna get when you play Pokemon Fire Red or whatever Kanto game you play. But yeah, I think Pidgey is cute. Nothing outstanding in Pidgey's line. Neutral. Pidgeotto is arguably more cool than Pidgey, which is kind of true. However, because of the differences between Pidgeotto and Pidgeot, it kind of feels like I just want to get Pidgeotto out of the way most of the time, so I'm like, just get him out of here. It's effectively the same damn Pokemon. Well, I mean, it is the same Pokemon, but like, look at the differences between these two. I don't know if you can see my mouse, Pidgeot and Pidgeotto. Like, they're like the same, but the colors have been inverted. So, neutral Pidgeotto as well. And then Pidgeot is, I'm going to put it in like, it has helped me quite significantly in the Pokemon games. But it's mostly because Pidgeot is the main bird Pokemon you go for in those games. Rattata. Our lovely rat Pokemon. By the way, if you see my screen go randomly up and down, it's because I'm trying to use the mouse to scroll up, and my mouse wheel is a bit screwed up right now, so I'm going to use the keyboard arrows to do this. Rattata's line. So Rattata, in a general sense, just like Caterpie and Weedle, I don't really mind it, to be honest. I think this is one of the only cases where I actually think that 3D models complement Rattata a little bit better than the 2D sprites. But yeah, Rattata's neutral. Alolan Rattata. Right, okay, so we're heading straight to Alola right now, so we'll be cutting that down a little bit. Alolan Rattata is lazy design. I will say that. And this is going to go for a lot of Alolan Pokemon. I think it is ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure Rattata Alolan is Dark type, I think, which would be cool. But it doesn't help that it's just Rattata with a mustache, and he's black. So, I don't hate it, though. I dislike it because of its poor, like, I don't know, there's nothing there at all. There's no inspiration. Raticate, okay. Raticate is a tricky one because I'm not gonna lie, I don't care about Raticate. Never wanted a Raticate on my team. It's just a fat rat. However, I'd prefer it over Rattata, I suppose. But I feel neutral. I say I feel neutral. And then we've got Alolan Raticate, sorry. What do I say about Alolan Raticate? I mean, I guess, you know what? I think this is a better Alolan form. So, Alolan Rattata can eat one. Alolan Raticate looks a little bit more appealing, in my opinion. I think I might even prefer it over Raticate, to be honest. Do you know what? No. I like it. I like Alolan Raticate. Right, Spearow. The bird Pokemon I don't tend to go for in Kanto. I think it's easy to say this is just a neutral, in my opinion. I don't know, it's the same as Pidgey, it's just a bird. You know, they basically serve the same purpose. I'm sure their stats are a little bit different, but I never pick Spearow. Fearow, I will admit, I do find quite cool. Not as cool as Pidgeot, but I have had some interest in Thero in the past. I like his little mohawk more than anything, so I'm going to put it in like, just you know, I'm going to move him here. Just no, move there. There we go. Nice. Ekans or Snake backwards. Damn, we're getting a lot of neutral Pokemon. Ekans. I neutral you. I don't have many thoughts because to be honest, if you get Ekans, you're getting it for Arbok. There you go. That's as simple as. I don't know anyone out there. I could be wrong, but I don't know anyone who actually favors Ekans over Arbok. And Arbok is cool. I mostly find Arbok cool because I was a prolific Pokemon anime watcher, and Team Rocket having Arbok on their team was always pretty awesome. So I will say I like Arbok in this case. Pikachu, we're going to be going off the male form specifically because that's what we're used to. Pikachu solid. I used to hate Pikachu because of how iconic it was. But you know what? I have fallen in love with Pikachu, and I love Pikachu. I just do. Also appreciative that I got a fat Pikachu variant for G-Max, but we're not rating G-Max today. Raichu. Raichu, I think, gets a bit of a bad rap, in my opinion, because if you slap a light ball on Pikachu, Pikachu is effectively better than Raichu, making Raichu a bit redundant. However, I do feel more powerful having a Raichu than a Pikachu, and that's what I think that matters. You know, I don't play Pokemon for stats and all that. I play it because I like the Pokemon, and I would prefer to have a Raichu over a Pikachu. I love Raichu. But you know what I love even more than Raichu? Alolan Raichu. This is a regional form I can get behind, and it's great. I haven't used it a ton, but based off its appearance, I love it. Alolan Raichu, get up there now! Okay, Sandshrew, cute little Pokemon. I must admit, Sandshrew always warms my heart when I see him or her. I will put Sandshrew in like. And this is a classic case of I have never used Sandshrew, never will, because I know it's not that great. But it's cute. It's a cutie little Pokemon. And I like this cute little Pokemon. I think, do you know what? I know Caterpie's at the front here. I think Caterpie is like the middle of the middle, I would say. Like, if you got any cuter than Caterpie, you're in the like area. Sandslash. I like Sandslash. Pretty cool, big claws. Yeah, that's it. I like Sandslash. Oh, we're getting into some. Ooh, okay. Alolan Sandshrew, which should really be Snowshrew in this case. I do appreciate it. I think it again is one of those Alolan forms which are a little bit better. However, I hate its Sandslash Alolan form. I think they could have done so much more with it. I think look at Sandshrew and Alolan Sandshrew look quite significantly different. While Sandslash and Alolan Sandslash look quite similar, it's just blue. It's just a blue Sandslash. I dislike it. I can't put my head around it. It's not good. Okay, Nidoran, or is it Nidoran female? Damn, these are Pokemon that, again, it's. The problem with the Nidoking and Nidoqueen line is all of the Pokemon within them don't have any unique personality, in my opinion. It's just kind of a grind to get to the last one. So, Nidoran female. I'm going to say do I? No, I neutral it. Nidorina is cooler, but I still neutral it. Nidoqueen is a like. I do like Nidoqueen. Nidoran male is neutral. Right, okay. Only exception here, Nidorino. I will admit I do like Nidorino a lot more than Nidorina. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably because I use the Nidoking line more. Probably. And the Nidoking is exactly the same. I kind of like Nidoqueen and Nidoking evenly. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we got those out of the way quite fast. Yeah, never been a massive fan of the line in general. Clefairy. Do you know what? Again, used to hate Clefairy. Um, but you know what? I like Clefairy. Clefairy, Clefairy. And that little moon event in Pokemon Soul Silver is pretty cool. However, Clefable exists. When you make an evolution for a Pokemon, I believe, my personal opinion, you should either leave the bloody Pokemon alone or make some significant change to make it worth the evolution. Okay, this is our first one. I hate Clefable. That is right. I don't like the design. You didn't need to make it, honestly. You didn't need to make it. Honestly, I think Clefable probably would have been more convincing as a Mega Evolution, in my opinion. But then again, I don't know. We're moving on. Vulpix. Oh, it's a cute Pokemon. I'd never had Leaf Green, so I never got to use Vulpix properly. In the Kanto games. And I believe Vulpix was a little bit rare in Emerald. So, Vulpix I like. Alolan Vulpix. We love Alolan Vulpix. Bingo bongo up there. And then Ninetales. Oh my god, what a luxurious Pokemon. God damn. I just, you can't deny Ninetales' appearance. It's just so solid. It's a love from me. And, it's, oh my god, I can't believe this. Just so you know, guys, I have never ever used Alolan Vulpix, ever. Just so you know, because I never played, well, I do have Sun and Moon, but I've never played it to the point of getting one, but I will admit, I think in terms of design, I love Alolan Ninetales. I just called it Alolan Vulpix, didn't I? No, sorry, Ninetales! Right. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is okay. I don't like Jigglypuff in Smash Bros. I don't like Jigglypuff in the anime. I don't like it in the movie, the Detective Pikachu movie. But I must say, in a general sense, like if I'm just playing a game, Jigglypuff's okay, neutral. Wigglytuff though, I like more because you know what? I mean, I don't think they needed to make Wigglytuff, but there's something appealing about Wigglytuff's rabbit-likeness. Cute is what I would say. I feel like I'm ranking this off cuteness now. Zubat line. Oh, this is a fun one. This one. So I'm going to talk about it when we get to Golbat. Zubat. Annoying cave Pokemon that's in like every single Pokemon game, I'm sure. Could be wrong about that. Zubat, though, is... I mean, I don't have any dislike towards Zubat. I feel neutral about Zubat. I think one of the reasons Zubat is a lot more forgivable is because of its evolution line is quite nice. Golbat is a great Pokemon in itself. However, this is where the story comes in. As a child, when I got Golbat for the first time in a copy of Pokemon Gold, I think it was Gold, I always thought that the evolution line felt unfinished. And I couldn't put my finger on why. But it never felt finished. I think Golbat's a good Pokemon. I like Golbat. But I think Crobat was what the evolution line needed. So, we're going to get to Crobat another time. But Crobat deserves a lot of respect for that. Oddish! Okay, so this one has a little bit of bias, but I mean, it's a favourites list, isn't it? So I guess there is always a bit of bias, but this one specifically has a little bit more bias than the others. So Oddish is cute, which would have immediately put it into like. However, I've been playing around with some Pokemon Fire Red and Emerald RNG manipulation, is where you're kind of messing with the code to get specific Pokemon with certain stats and shininess. And the only way you can do it is through Sweet Scent, which I'm pretty sure there are other Pokemon that can use Sweet Scent, but Oddish has been my companion for all of this. And honestly, even when I stopped doing it, I still had Oddish on my team for some reason. And I mean, I have like a level 55 Oddish, no joke. I think this is controversial. I kind of love Oddish because of it. Gloom, on the other hand, what a vile Pokemon. I'm sorry, Gloom fans. I don't know why you like this Pokemon. What is that coming out of its mouth? I don't want to know. I dislike Gloom. I do. Luckily, it was like they learned from their mistake immediately after with Vileplume, which Vileplume is a lot nicer on the eyes, I'll admit. I like Vileplume. I used Vileplume in my first ever. I think it was when I owned Pokemon Ruby. I think I used Vileplume, and yeah, it was a very good Pokemon. Paris, Paris. It's interesting because Paris is a very forgettable Pokemon. I think the only two circumstances in which I've ever used Paris is using the move tutor or relearner person on Fire Red, because you have to you have to catch Paris to get the little mushrooms and the big mushrooms in order to give it to the guy, and it will make your Pokemon relearn any move. And also in Legends Arceus, these two Pokemon were quite a pain because they'd poison you. Paris, I usually would put Paris in neutral. I think because of Arceus, how it's affected me in Arceus, I think I'll put him up like. And Parasect, I think I'll do the same. I'll do the same. It's just a more powerful Paris, isn't it? Venonat. Okay. This one. I forget this Pokemon exists sometimes. I'm so used to Venomoth. Venonat. Oh. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about it. Now I remember how I felt about this Pokemon. So one thing that has always disturbed me about Venonat is its feet. I always looked at it. Don't ask me why I'm looking at Venonat's feet, but they always looked human to me for some reason. I don't like the idea of Venonat with human feet. I know they're not human feet, but they bloody look like it. I'm... Jeez, I'm going to make some people upset. I don't like Venonat for that reason. Now, we're going to flip it on its head a little bit for some more controversy. Venomoth. I love Venomoth. Now, hold on. I like Venomoth, not necessarily because of its appearance. I mean, it is a big step up, in my opinion. But I play a lot of Pokemon Go, and I do the competitive battling in it, and Venomoth has dragged my ass through so much sweaty players. I can only be thankful, and for that, I love Venomoth. He is a great companion. A great companion. Diglett. Ooh. I mean, I think when you're a kid, you look at Diglett and just think it's a poo in the ground and you laugh. I mean, it still kind of is a poo in the ground and you laugh. But I think Diglett, with all of its new forms and stuff, I think it's lost a lot of iconicness, in my opinion. Don't think that's a word, but I neutral it. I neutral Diglett. Oh, God, get that out of here. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Oh, makes me sick. Diglett has some forms, some different forms. I think this is one of the worst Pokemon designs I've ever seen. Like, what is that supposed to be? What is that? It's just like you've tanned the poo in the ground, given it hair on it. Oh, it's vile. Absolutely vile. I don't like it. Okay, let's just move on. I'm not going to get upset about Diglett right now. Doug Trio is a different story with Diglett, because you know how I just said it was a poo in the ground and it made you laugh, right? And then it kind of lost its kind of iconicness. Doug Trio still makes me laugh because it's a triple poo in the ground. I like Doug Trio. Triple poo is fun. Oh, not again! Oh. Oh, it's not as bad as the other version. It's not as bad as Diglett. But I hate it. Okay. It's a little bit more I can deal with it, but I hate it. What a terrible form. And if any Diglett and Doug Trio, Alolan form lovers, love yourself is what I'll say. Love yourself. Moving on. Meowth. It's Meowth. Meowth. I like to. Do you know what? The only reason I love Meowth, see, I said love here, is because of its anime appearance. Rest in peace, voice actor of Meowth. Yeah, that's why I love it. The games, I couldn't care less for it, but I do love Meowth because of the anime. Boom. Is this a Alolan Meowth? Oh my god, I keep forgetting about these flipping forms. Sassy Meowth. Get it out of here. Oh, Galarian Meowth. Oh, that's no, that's Berserker, isn't it? Oh, oh, that's a twist. I'm sorry, I'm scanning my mind quickly. I don't think I feel a little bit better about this one than normal Meowth, because I'm pretty sure this variant of Meowth is actually the second evolution, so it's not a Persian, which I find is quite unique about this version. I will put it in like because of its uniqueness there. Okay? And it is quite different. Kind of reminds me of the Gruffalo a little bit. Persian. Persian, don't care about it in the game. Giovanni's pet, always intimidating, awesome Pokemon. I will put it here. I like Persian. Why? What on earth do you... Why? Who? What Game Freak? I need to know who made these designs. It's just fat-ass Persian. How do you turn that? I mean, at least that's a reasonable design, but come on. Come on. All right. Psyduck. Psyduck is a lovable Pokemon. I love Psyduck because it's dumb. It's cute. It's shiny is awesome. But do you know what has made Psyduck more appealing to me recently? Pokemon Concierge. That stop-motion Pokemon show that come out. I know there's a season 2 coming out soon. It has made me love Psyduck even more. So Psyduck is a love. Oh my god, we don't have a favourite up here yet. Oh my goodness. Oh. Damn. Oh man, we have nothing in there. Holy crap. That really... Do you know what though? Like, you're probably thinking, oh no, he's probably going to move some stuff in there. I'm completely content with my list so far. I'd say if anything was edging close to that, it'd probably be Bulbasaur and maybe a Alolan Ninetales, but it's not quite there. Here's a secret. If I have it in a plushy form, that usually means it's a favourite. Okay, so moving on, we have Golduck. Golduck is... God damn, I'm gonna hurt some people. I don't think Golduck is very memorable. I'm not saying it's bad Pokemon. I just don't remember Golduck that much because I like Psyduck. You don't need Golduck when you have Psyduck. Its design's cool though. A lot more ducky, I suppose. I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel with you. I like you, Golduck. There you go. I like you. Mankey. I never picked the Mankey line. I'm going to make this one quick. I'm neutral about Mankey, and I'm pretty neutral about Primeape. Never use them. Yeah, that's it. No Guams. This is the no Guam zone. No Guams. Growlithe! Yay! I love Growlithe. What the hell is this advert? There we go. Growlithe is a love. I love me a Growlithe. Very cool, very cute. Hisuian. Hisuian Growlithe. Okay. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's neutral. I think they could have done a little bit more with it, in my opinion. And also considering it doesn't really relate much to its evolution. Oh, come on, Arcanine. Come up here. Arcanine's a love. Like, my god. It's like man's best friend. Man's best friend Pokemon. And then Hisuian Arcanine is a like for me. I do like Hisuian Arcanine. Just wish that his Hisuian Growlithe would resemble more of that than it is already. I'm sure there is some relevance to its design, but I forget. Okay. Right. Poliwag. Poliwag is cute. It is useful. I have used Poliwag in the earlier game, and I like it. I like Poliwag. It's cute. That's all I'll say. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh. Oh, Poliwhirl. Oh, Poliwhirl. Right. This is going to be the worst explanation. Poliwhirl. Why do I favourite it more than anything? Before I started playing Pokemon, I received a plush of Poliwhirl from my parents. So I didn't know what Pokemon was at the time, and I was given it. And I thought Poliwhirl was the best thing that had ever been given to me. And I won't lie to you, I kind of, like, I will always evolve Poliwag into Poliwhirl, and I'll never evolve it after that. Everstone on it, Poliwhirl is my dude. So Poliwhirl is my favorite in the basis that it's the original. It is the Pokemon that started it all for me. So that is why Poliwhirl is there. Poliwrath. I'm sorry, Poliwrath. I'm so sorry. It's just, yeah, you're not Poliwhirl. It's what it is. You're just not Poliwhirl, man. You're just steroids Poliwhirl, you know? And also your shiny ain't that cool either. Okay, right, moving on. Abra. Abra is annoying wild Pokemon. Keeps teleporting away. However, the reward for having an Abra early game is quite a good incentive. For that, I will humour Abra, and I will like it. Kadabra is, for me, was the stopping point for the Abra evolution line, because I played the Game Boy games. I could never trade it because I never owned 2 GBAs, and I didn't have any friends who would trade with me. So Kadabra was the end for me, and I was a fan of Kadabra, and I like it. Oh, press W. There you go. Alakazam. I never really experienced Alakazam, except for fighting Gary in Fire Red. I mean, I wish I did have Alakazam, so I'm going to put it in like as well. Wishful thinking, I would say. I'm glad we're not rating that thing. Machop, solid fighting Pokemon. I pick that over Mankey any day. I like it. Machoke, even more solid than Machop. Yeah, sure. And then Machamp. Kind of reminds me of that four-armed, or is it six-armed Indian religious figure. I forgot what it was. Machamp is even more solid. I like him, but I wouldn't say I love Machamp. Cool. Bellsprout. This is quite a relevant one considering the newest reveal of the Mega Evolution for Victory Bell. Bellsprout is I like me a bit of my Bellsprout. I like going down the Victory Bell line because it's just a good grass Pokemon. Weeping Bell is no. I don't know how you can turn this into that. I know it probably makes sense from an evolutionary point of view, but Weeping Bell looks like something I don't want to be near, to be honest. And Victory Bell, I think, is actually more because of the anime that I would say I love Victory Bell. Very intimidating. And if you look upside down, it also looks quite goofy. Which is fine. Tentacool. Kind of annoying when you get poisoned by it, but neutral. And Tentacruel is neutral. No Guams. Geodude. Oh god. Okay. Geodude is I never do this line either. I guess the Sturdy's okay, but I feel like I just get rid of this Pokemon all the time. Neutral. Electric Rock. Is that what Alolan Geodude is? It's just got some eyebrows. Uninspired. I dislike. Graveler blows up on me all the time, but is actually alright. I'd say I like Graveler. I like Graveler. Uninspired. Golem is exactly the same as Alakazam, where why is he there? I didn't put him in there. You're going there. Sorry. Yeah, never really got past Graveler. So Golem is wishful thinking. Like, wow. I don't like that. I wouldn't say you can all be disliked. I don't like that. What the hell is that even supposed to be? He's giving him a beard. Ponyta. Oh, Ponyta. You can't hate Ponyta. I like Ponyta. There we go. Galarian Ponyta. Love. That's a great design. Rapidash. I like Rapidash. Galarian, I thought I'd like it more, but I don't. I like it, I'd say. I do prefer this version of Ponyta. I feel like they could have done something else. Pretty generic to go for just a unicorn. Yo, my boy Slowpoke. Oh, yeah. Dude, this guy is... he just represents me, to be honest. I love Slowpoke. Oh, and this dude, this is right. I know I'm gonna get some hate here. Galarian, or Isle of Armor, Slowpoke, which is super fast, by the way, is it's very uninspired, but it's so dumb. I just can't help but love it. I don't know why. Yeah. Slowbro is still super dumb, but I definitely do prefer Slowpoke. So yeah, put him in there. I think it's that angry little shell on his back that makes me less appealing. Oh god, not that. This I hate. I don't know how you can go from uninspired to what the hell is that? No. Alright. Magnemite. I am a Magnemite line lover. So I will throw a Magnemite in there. And then Magneton can go in the same area. I love it. all the way up to Magnezone. I love it. I just love the line. I don't know why, but I just do. It just correlates with me. Simple. Farfetch'd. Oh my god. This Pokemon is great. I wish I could get one of those without having to trade. I don't know how you get this legitimately without trading it. But I wish I did have a Farfetch'd. My own Farfetch'd. I like Farfetch'd. There you go. This, on the other hand, oh my god, what even is that? Hate it. Uninspired, angry Farfetch'd. Get out. Oh my god, we still have ages to go before we get to the end of this list. Doduo. What the hell is the difference between the... Oh, it's the colour of the neck. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, what is it usually? Is it this one? I'll go with this one. Doduo. Nothing really to say, really. I don't really use it. And then, oh my god. Dodrio. Is it Dodrio? Oh my god, I've forgotten the name of this Pokemon. Holy crap. It's the same. I don't know. Never really use it. Can this Pokemon learn Fly? I don't know how, but it can. Seal. Okay. Love. Reason why it's in love is not because of its cuteness. Well, actually, no. Well, it's accompanied by its cuteness. This was my first legitimate shiny that I ever caught. I caught it... Was it on that island on Fire Red, the Sevi Islands, near the Moltres location? I got it. Yeah, super excited to get that. But yeah, Seal, I love it. Dugong, it reminds me of Lorelei, and I don't really like Lorelei. But I'm neutral, because I think it'd be horrible to hate it because of Lorelei. Dugong is... Wait, was Dugong the one that goes ah in the Pokemon movie? Yeah, we'll keep it neutral. Grimer. Neutral. Never really care for Grimer. Alolan Grimer is a little... I will admit I do like it a little bit more. Its colours make sense. It's more oily than that. And then, right, okay. This is the first... No. This is the second, isn't it? This is the second Pokemon pick that's like an original Pokemon that I just straight up hate. I think I've never liked Muck by itself. I just think it's so unappealing. I know it's actually good in some cases, like competitively, but no, at least Alolan Muck has something going for it, which I feel neutral about. No, not neutral about. I like it. Sorry, let me move it. Let me move that thing. There you go. Okay, moving back. Shelder. Oh my god, no more Pokemon. I keep forgetting they're in this region. I don't think I ever had the patience to get to Cloyster, but I do like Shelder. Shelder's cool. And then Cloyster is awesome. I should go out of my way and say I love it. Always a badass looking Pokemon. Okay, right. This is, again, going to fall into the category of Graveler and Kadabra, where I kind of only got to Haunter. I never really got Gengar until recently, because I have a million DSs. Ghastly, I always thought was pretty cool. Haunter... I think Haunter was a little bit annoying because I wanted Gengar, but I couldn't get it because of Haunter. So I actually think that has affected the way I look at Haunter. I actually think I dislike it because of that reason. And let's not forget that there is a trader in one of the games that gives you you can trade a Haunter, but it has an Everstone on it, so you can't even get Gengar. Disgusting developers. And then Gengar is love. Obvious. Come on, who doesn't like Gengar? Onyx. really unappealing. No, sorry, not unappealing. Underwhelming is what I would say. Where Onyx is a cool looking Pokemon, but it has horrible stats. And I never go off stats here, but Onyx is very weak. Um, I think that even affects it going in lot. I'm going to neutral it, even though it's on my team in Fire Red for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's my HM slave, I think. Oh, okay, we're on a line I don't like. Dislike and hate. These Pokemon creep me the hell out. That's why they're there. I don't like... Oh, God, who picks those Pokemon? Ah! Krabby. Neutral. Yeah, nothing to say. Kingler, I'd say just a natural improvement. I like it. Volturb. I have some feelings about this one because you know how I said Seal was my first legitimate shiny? Voltorb was technically my first legitimate shiny, but I didn't know it was a shiny, so I ran away. And that's why I kind of get a bit of PTSD when I see it. Voltorb. No qualms, apart from that one incident. Hisuian Voltorb, kind of cute. Like, Electrode. I don't like any of these guys. I don't like Electrode, and I especially don't like its Hisuian form either. I don't see what the appeal is. I know it's, again, natural evolution. It could have just been a different Pokeball. I'd have preferred that. Execute. Guess for Executor, I guess it's worth it. Neutral. I really do like Executor, but I love Alolan Executor. I have a thing for dumb Pokemon. Dumb-looking Pokemon is like one of my favorite things, and usually I complain about uninspired, but I think it just makes sense. It really does make sense. So yeah, there we go. Alolan Executor. This guy makes me sad because he's so good. Not Marowak, Cubone. I actually love Cubone. I think it's a cute, angry menace. Unfortunately, his mother has passed away. Passed away peacefully within its home. Marowak. I think its loss of cuteness kind of puts it down a little bit, but it's still a very strong Pokemon. I appreciate it. Alolan Marowak is a badass. I love it. I love it. Very good. Very, very good. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Right. So, one of these is going in love, and one of these is going in like. Take your bets. Which one is it going to be? Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan? It is. Hitmonlee is going in like. That's right. I like Hitmonchan more. I don't know why. I think it's, legs versus fists. I'm always a fists person. So Hitmonchan has my favor in this case. It reminds me of my uncle. Lickitung. Unique, I'd say. Unique Pokemon. No qualms, I'd say. No qualms. A bit ugly, but it's okay. Coughing. As a Team Rocket choice, I actually say I like coughing, but wheezing is a little bit disgusting. I put it in neutral, I'd say. I don't think I dislike it enough. No, I don't. I find it an unappealing Pokemon, but not enough to dislike it yet. Okay. Not this thing. I don't know what this is. I know. Literally the reminder of it. What a terrible Pokemon. I don't know what they were thinking. That's terrible. I know it's supposed to represent like the pollution of the UK back in like was it the Victorian times or whatever, like the factories and stuff. Like I get the representation, but I think it does not work at all with that Pokemon. Rhyhorn. I like him. I like Rhyhorn, and I like Rhydon. There you go. Awesome. Chansey. Oh, my XP farm from Pokemon Violet. I'm literally ranking off how I know it in Pokemon Violet because I never found it in the Kanto games. I know it was in the Safari Zone, but I just don't think my luck was good enough. For an XP grind, Nurse Joy's Pokemon. I think for that I'll put you in like. And you got a lucky egg, so that's good. Tangela. You are a cool Pokemon, and Tangrowth only increases that. I am going to put you in like. Kangaskhan. This Pokemon was a pain in Pokemon Go because it was only available in Australia. I managed to get one, which was great because it completed my 151 Pokedex. However, I don't feel strongly about Kangaskhan, even though it is a cool-looking Pokemon. I'd say I like him. Just that. That's it. His Mega Evolution would be in the worst, by the way, if I had to. Horsey! This is another line, just exactly like the Zubat line, where I think without Kingdra, it just doesn't feel right. Horsey is very cute. I actually think it's cute enough to the point where I put it in love. Seadra, I forget about all the time, but it's actually such a cool-looking Pokemon. I'm actually going to put it in love, because I forget about it. I think Seadra deserves more love. Goldeen. Couldn't care less. I actually would say I dislike Goldeen, and I neutral Seaking. Because I would rather see a Seaking than a Goldeen. Star You, Star Me. Solid Pokemon. These are solid. I think I like them exactly the same, though. Yeah. There you go. You're together. Just like your evolutionary line. Oh, I hate human Pokemon. Oh, it makes me so upset. I hate Mr. Mime. But he's not hateable to the point where I think he should be removed off the planet. I think Pokemon needs these Pokemon to survive, create that uniqueness. Mime Jr. is actually a saving grace of Mr. Mime. This one can get out, though. Why? Again, worst Pokemon. Was this called Mr. Rhyme? Wasn't it? I'm sure it's called Mr. Rhyme or something like that. Ridiculous. Stupid. Cypher. Oh, Cypher, you were so cool. So cool. I'm going to put you in light because I'm saving a spot for your buddy. Oh, it's got... Nope. Okay, we're not doing that. Jinx. Nah. Nope. Creeps me the hell out again. I don't put... Look, Mr. Mime, the reason you're not in the bottom is because you are effectively the butler of the Ash Ketchum family. That is your saving grace. Actually, you were kind of funny in the Detective Pikachu movie. And I need you to do for that mail glitch recently. Electabuzz. Oh. Love Electabuzz. Oh, no. No, hang on. Let me think this through. Let me think. No, we're staying love. I almost put it in my favourite for a second there. I almost put it in the favourite. I was so close. There was something always about Electabuzz that appealed to me as a child. I don't know why, but do you know, like, you could argue that Arcanine or Gengar is more badass than Electabuzz, right? But for some reason in my head, I've always seen Electabuzz as like this incredibly cool, like edgy Pokemon. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm gonna put him where Bulbasaur is right now, just so I can. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about it. Because right now, what I'm trying to do in Fire Red, I'm trying to get the best stats Electabuzz possible. Well, Elekid, technically. Okay. Magmar, sorry. I feel very similar to this Pokemon like Electabuzz. This is like Electabuzz and Magmar are brother Pokemon. Or sister Pokemon. I do love Magmar, not on the level of Electabuzz though. Pinsir. Why did Pinsir never get an evolution? I always thought Cypher and Pinsir had like some brotherhood, but since Pinsir doesn't get an evolution or even a baby form, it feels a bit weird. I think Pinsir will get some redemption. I like Pinsir. Oh, you're together like in Pokemon Stadium with that little chopping wood mini game. Oh my god. Tauros. Oh boy. Oh no. Hang on. Right, Tauros. I think this is a Pokemon that deserves a bit more love. I actually quite like Tauros. I've used it in battle sometimes. I'll pat you on the head, Tauros. Okay. Paldean, Tauros, Fire, or is it Magma and Aqua, or something like that? So, generic Tauros, Paldean, Tauros, I think I kind of like you in the same kind of area. Not very inspired. Right. Fire Tauros looks cooler than Aqua, but I actually think I rate them all on an even plane, I think. I have recently tried to get the shiny variant of the water one, but I've not been so lucky. So let's see how we go with that. Magikarp. Love. You know, Magikarp is dumb. It's in every single region. Common water Pokemon. But you have to admit that he is actually like, if you want a good play for a Pokemon, grab it and turn it into a Gyarados. They both go in love because they're just hand in hand. You go from something super weak to super strong just like that. It's fantastic. And I actually find it really funny having a Magikarp in my party. Magikarp is iconic. Lapras. I used to think this Pokemon was a legendary for some reason. I think it was the way it was used in the anime. However, after getting it as a free gift in Fire Red, I could pass, to be honest. I think neutral Lapras. God, that doesn't feel right doing that, but I might change it. Who knows? Ditto, purely for breeding. Super Masuda method. Neutral and Ditto. Shiny's pretty cool. Oh, Eevee. You're going in the love section right now. I just want my own Eevee in real life. It's cute, turns into everything. It's a love. Right, okay, the free evolutions. Right. Which one of these do you think is going to be my favorite? Place your bets. Let's start with the ones that are not. Flareon, you are a lovable Pokemon. I love Flareon. Very cute, very cool. But my least used out of the three. Vaporeon, you are going in favorite. Vaporeon is an interesting one because what I like to do is, I don't know why I do that. Well, actually, I don't know why I do it, but I like to name the evolutions after my cats that I have in real life. And when my cat Daisy died, I was really struggling to fill that gap in my heart. So I tried to find the evolution that most matched the personality of Daisy, and Vaporeon was it. And Vaporeon, well, Daisy Vaporeon is the one I have on my team on Fire Red. and it's the Pokemon that finish off the champion, which was pretty cool. I know Vaporeon has a lot of horrible NSFW things related to it, but no, not for me. It's Daisy. That's what Vaporeon is. And then Jolteon is a love as well. I use Jolteon a lot in Pokemon Go. That is why I rate it slightly higher than Flareon. Okay. Porygon. Porygon. I think this Pokemon is super cool. Very gimmicky, very interesting. I love every evolution of Porygon. And I think the way you get it is horrible. I wish you could get it any other way. I'm wondering, is there an in-game explanation why Porygon is just a purchasable Pokemon? Is it because it's like, I'm assuming Porygon is like man-made. It's not an actual natural Pokemon, right? But it's super cool. I like it. Why did they change it shiny, by the way? So ridiculous. I don't know why they do that. Okay, we're getting near the end, guys. Omanyte. For the fossil Pokemon, is a neutral. On the star, I'm a star. You are love. Just like Venomoth, you helped me through many Pokemon Go fights. I am thankful for that. Kabuto. I actually don't like it. There's nothing even... I don't know, it's just a rock. That's it. I don't know. Nothing appealing. I'm having second thoughts. Do you know what? We'll make up for this. Kabuto is here because I really just don't like its design. However, Kabutops is a love. I never use Kabutops. Never do it. However, it is easily one of the coolest Pokemon I've ever seen. 100%. And I like its history. Aerodactyl. I like you. Yeah, not much else I can say. Yo. Oh, come on. Who's I'm going to put them in there? Snorlax is just fat, lazy, strong. It's great Pokemon. Like, come on, guys. Come on. I can't really think what else I could say about him. Right, we're moving on to Legendaries now. We're almost at the end. Oh, God, we have all the Galarian forms. Oh, boy. Articuno. So Articuno is my favorite bird legendary, and it will be going in here. Love the Articuno. Oh my god. Galarian Articuno. Holy crap. Yeah. That's going in love as well. The designs for the Galarian birds are insane. Zapdos. You are going in love as well. Galarian Zapdos is a really cool design, but I will say I like it. I don't think I love it, but I do like it. Moltres was... okay, so Moltres is teetering on the love and like spectrum because it's a Pokemon that it's less about its appearance, more of its history. I used to play Pokemon Emerald. A friend of my brother's traded me Moltres from Pokemon Fire Red, and I didn't think it was possible to have a Pokemon from outside of Emerald in Emerald, so it was very cool to have it. Based on that, that's why I like it more than anything. That's significant. And then, oh my god, Galarian Moltres is a love as well. Oh, it's so good. Right, oh, we still got some more. Wait, is Dratini a Kanto Pokemon? I can't... Okay. Okay. I'm going to rank it anyway. I'm sure it was Johto. Never mind. Dratini is really cute. I like it. Dragonair is very, very cool. And then Dragonite kind of just throws it all the way, to be honest. I'm a Dragonite hater. I think the only time a Dragonite has ever appealed to me is when he's been the mail delivery guy. I don't know. And his Mega Evolution is much to be desired as well. Okay. And then we have the final two. Mewtwo, you are excellent. Badass. The first Pokemon movie, incredible. What was that quote he said? He said, oh God, what was it? It's, oh God. I'm Mewtwo, is what he said. There we go. I just made that up because I didn't know what the quote was. And then, okay, just to finish off on a bang, Mew. Mew is... It's flying goddamn cat. Flying cute pink cat that has a bubble. It's the movie that made me love Mew more than anything. That is everything. That is our Kanto lineup. I hope you enjoyed my ranking. I hope you can agree and disagree with my list. I will be returning for a part 2 of this for Johto. So keep watching and I'll be back in another video. Farewell!